Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Well, I am at home, but we got a special guest. So, let's go see who's here. How's it going, Paul? I got it rolling.
Bearded and tan this time.
Well, I had a beard the last time you were here.
I don't think so, did you?
Yeah, but it was
a year
full.
ago.
It was full grown.
Good seeing you, my friend.
How's it going?
Good. Here, let me do this properly. Go hand to hand.
Oh.
Yeah. So, dude, check this out. As you know, I'm going to be wrapping up and getting back to Illinois, and it's Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Scrapyards aren't open.
Well, there are some that are open.
Yeah, but
Nevada
they're far away is
Recycling.
coming here, so I might as well just give it to you.
Yeah, Nevada Recycling is open. Well, let's look what he got.
Aluminum chair. But this was an afterthought. So I got some insulated copper wire. Some of it's good. It's some, what are these are? Alternators?
Alternators.
Yeah. Got a motor right there. Some other stuff. But check this out. This guy weighs 100 pounds. Guaranteed.
Oh, the diamond plate from that one video.
Yep. And then I got that railroad, whatever. You might want to keep that for an anvil yourself.
Actually, I probably will. Because my shop, well, you haven't been there yet,
Yeah.
but my shop is completely filled with aluminum.
Okay. You got some more aluminum.
And a whole bunch of resale stuff that I can't sell.
What? Facebook's marketplace isn't working, huh?
It is, but I've been finding out that I've been getting a lot of people asking if it's available and then never.
Yeah. Dude, I have the same thing. That I put a bunch of stuff on resale, like my first 3 or 4 days trash picking here in Las Vegas, and put stuff on offer up and garage sale. And I had interest. I sold one thing out of, I don't know, 10 that I listed. A bunch of time wasting people.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch, there's a little scam going on in Las Vegas of people pushing to get phone numbers.
Yeah.
They said, oh, we're not going to sell unless I know who you are, and you need to send me a text. And you get a bunch of these, and so it's almost like they're trying to fish for people's phone numbers and information.
Yeah, I haven't received that yet.
So got a little bit of brass. I think that's brass. I haven't scratched it yet, but I think it's brass because it's tarnishing green. Get some brass in that bucket.
Okay.
And a little bit of coppage.
Well, that'll go in nicely with the big pile that I'm accumulating, because if you... Yeah, unfortunately, the locks on it don't work.
Bro.
I got that to cut, that to cut.
Wow, you have hours of work, bro.
Nah, actually, that won't take very long.
I don't think so.
No.
All right, well, I got an angle grinder.
I'll have these cut within a matter of minutes.
Okay.
Now, the regular radiators, those will take some time.
Okay.
Because, you know, my hand issue and everything,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to... But other than that, it won't take me very long.
All right.
But I really need my headband.
Where is do you have one for your GoPro?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is going to...
What's up, my brother?
How's it going?
You're live. You guys remember Scrap Viper? Or what do you go by now? Viper Recycling.
Viper Recycling.
That's right. Yeah. So, this is back with his hand right now.
Oh, sorry for the angle, guys. But we got 2 videos going. So, it's not how I planned it, but...
But how do you want want to do this? Should we knock out your radiators and then load up your stuff? You want to go to your outside storage unit? You want to go to your inside storage unit? How do you want to do it? So you guys are pretty tolerant of each other making noise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, and plus, I've worked out here plenty of times,
Okay.
and I haven't had any issues as of yet. So,
All right. Let's get to work then.
Okay, let's see how these battery-operated ones work. Let's see here. I'm going to redo this. There we go.
Not sure if you're a glove person or not.
I do, but when it comes to this, actually, I think it was better the other way.
Here, I'm going to adjust it.
Yeah.
Right-handed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that will cut the way you want it. Adjust it however you want.
Around but let me put on some of these gloves.
Here, let's do it over here. More light.
No, I've been rolling the whole time. Okay, so this is the one we were working on. There we go. It's going through. Whoop.
Did it overheat? Probably did. Let's swap the batteries.
Did you already swap the batteries?
No. Well, that was a fully charged one, but it might just be hot. So let's change them out. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I've hardly ever used a grinder before, so I'm used to. I've used Sawzalls many times. So yeah, yesterday I did a video. I found a John Deere 3800 PSI 4.0 gallons per minute power washer. And my new contact said,
ooh, I think you've pretty much gone
right over to
that half.
Actually it didn't cut all the way through.
Okay.
There's still some attached. And I don't think I went through a lot of them on this side either.
Let's just flip her over and.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Turn this on. Okay. Good.
Just a couple more. There we go. There's one side. Now this side, I think we're just going to cut on this side of it.
Okay.
And then I'll just bang it off later.
You do that. You ready?
Let me put this on there a little bit more.
So I think I'm gonna go from your side over. There we go. That's a weird one.
You want it on the ground?
Yeah.
It might be a little bit easier. Not so high up.
So, I want to be closest as I can. This thing is kind of a pain. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't give me enough room to actually get down in there because of this.
Okay, so
Oh, it might have to be a sawzall. That or unless you can bend it.
let me see that real fast.
All right. Here, let's. Okay, now we're good.
There we go.
Ready?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Yep, we're out of juice.
Already?
Yep. Yep.
Well,
Is
maybe.
that both of them?
I think so.
Welcome to battery power. We're done, dude.
Well.
With this guy.
Well, we got some of it. Because later on, all I was going to do is, because I don't have an extension cord to go from my unit, nor can I get into my unit,
Right.
to run this extension cord out.
Right.
There is another part of the building that actually has
Some power.
power outlet right there.
Okay.
What I usually do is go to AutoZone, borrow their a 25-foot extension, and just run it right out to the truck. And
Yeah, that'll work.
But-
Man. So you got to do one. One half.
one side. Okay, well,
I mean, I think this is nice for field use,
yeah,
but not as a working everyday tool.
pretty much. And that's half the time until I can get to my generator,
Right.
because a friend of mine bought me a generator.
Oh, cool.
Until I can get that up and running and out of the back of the storage unit.
And your storage unit manager is totally cool with you doing everything?
Yep.
That is cool. Yeah, mine is too.
Well, the thing is the manager there at mine, he actually left a whole bunch of stuff in my truck.
Yeah.
He left me an aluminum ladder.
I saw that. You know, I did watch that video. Because you're like, man, things just show up in my truck. So I watched that video.
And then that saw,
Right.
it was actually his son's.
Okay.
Because they were moving all his stuff out of the unit into his place that he just moved into. And they were like, just throw it out. And then...
so throw it out. It's worth... I mean, a ladder's not cheap, you know?
Well, it wasn't...
We just put it in here?
Yeah. Right. We'll go ahead and unload your truck. And then... Oh, yeah.
And I don't think you want it just dumped in there.
Actually, you believe how many buckets of screws are dumped in there?
Yeah, no, I do believe it.
The thing is I have these 5-gallon buckets at these shops.
Right.
And they throw all their nuts, bolts, screws, whatever they get, they throw it into... Well, this pile of wires has a nice new home with all my other wire.
You got a wire hoard too?
You haven't seen my wire hoard?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I actually saw that one video you had that showed your wire stripper.
Okay, that was actually done here.
Was it?
That video was done here.
Right?
30s,
yeah.
20s.
Yeah, the government house probably.
This is one of the oldest neighborhoods here, except for what's downtown.
You want this to go on your side, or?
Yeah, just throw everything in the back.
Okay.
Because as you can see, I have to rearrange it.
Yeah. That's one thing about strap, man, dude. We have to rearrange a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But see, that power washer that I found,
right?
It runs, water shoots out,
right?
but more than 3/4 of the gun is missing. There's a little nipple that fits on it, and it has a steel rod that's like about 3 feet long.
Right.
That's missing. So what I was concerned about, does it run? Does the water come through? You know, this way.
Hey, does your yard take stuff that take rebar as heavy steel? Or do they take this as
Unfortunately, the yards other than SA Recycling, which is closer to the rail yards,
right?
They're the only ones that do HMS.
Okay. Well, no, BB Recycling does HMS.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
And how much is it?
I don't know, but I had a bunch of this, and I think because it's like fluffy steel, it's not considered
Heavy metal.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some other stuff to it. Makes it like pretty lame steel.
Yeah. This right here would be heavy metal steel. That's all solid.
Yes. Yeah.
That
Rebar,
rotors.
Yeah, like this stuff, like these heads.
And the name of it is BB Recycling.
Yep.
I will.
Dude, it's well, you saw some of my videos. Super awesome. They just, I mean, steel prices are terrible, but other than steel prices, totally normal prices.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was like 30 cents for stainless, if I was right. 25, 30 cents for stainless. Aluminum was 30 cents.
Yeah.
You know, which aluminum's been dropping like crazy.
Yeah, the yard that I go to, all of the aluminum, brass, and copper is national prices.
Right. Yep.
It's the steel that is.
It's aluminum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cast aluminum.
Nice little hoard here, man.
Oh, that's not all of it.
You gotta start cashing it in.
Well, unfortunately.
No, man. These things, I think these are.
Though that's steel.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some are aluminum. On the newer cars, they're aluminum.
Right.
The aftermarket parts are aluminum, but the OEM parts are all
Please
steel.
go with heavy steel. HMS. See, this should go as short steel, HMS. I mean, because it's much
It's
thicker
solid.
gauge.
But,
Stuff is.
well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to call them up and ask them how much their price. Because, you know, because you said it was on Polaris and Russell. And that's on the west side of the strip.
Yes, it is.
So,
It is.
I would just, my issue, as you
That's
can
gas.
see, I have a big truck.
It will be $10 in gas.
Well, I use $10 just to go down to the yard that I'm going to now.
I think, you know what? I think the yard that you're going to now is not farther than B&B.
Well, the one that I'm going to is right there on Sunset, and probably not even a half a mile
Boulder?
from Boulder Highway.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is a lot shorter. But not a lot, though. It's still probably 15 miles away from here versus 20. Let's go live here.
I've been live. I'll just go and edit everything out.
I don't care what you put in.
Oh, see, now this is aluminum.
Yeah.
This part.
Good luck getting that cotter pin or that center thing out. Unless you got a press.
Yeah. There's my issue with
Yeah.
a lot of my aluminum is a press.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I need.
I'm curious to see how much you think this thing weighs.
Well, I'll tell you what, the next time I go down to the scrapyard, I won't dump that on the initial.
I think you might want to keep this for some reason. I don't know. Like that little anvil.
Yeah, the anvil I can use to hammer on.
This is probably a lumber. It's not. Thanks, Dino. Sorry, Dino gave me that extra magnet. Because he's like, I hate seeing you have a magnet on one side, not the other. So he actually he painted this baby blue. And yeah, so now I got a magnet on both sides, so I'm not like stumped.
Well, that's what I want to do. I got two magnets up in the front that I got to put one back here, and then put one back here, and then keep one up on that cage.
Yeah.
But like I said, I want to get that other truck up and running.
That truck's nice, dude. It's big. You put those sides on it and everything.
Yeah. In a couple of my videos, I actually showed me painting the sides.
Right.
So, oh yeah.
Record that part. That thing.
That is well over 100 pounds.
Oh yeah. And I don't know. I think it's deceptive to the viewer. You know.
Well, that's
that half inch, at least 3/8.
Yeah, but this is solid. This is not aluminum.
No.
Because most...
You could drive over this and not even dent it.
Watch the truck. No, I was waiting for it to drop.
Cool, man.
But yeah. Well, thank you for the present.
You're most welcome, my friend. Put it there. All right.
You know,
if you haven't checked it out or subscribed, definitely check out Viper Recycling.
And for my viewers that don't know Paul, and I'm sure you all do, go over to his channel and subscribe.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
You're very welcome.
All right.
And thank you for the... Oh. But I'll also cut that.
Should we use our grinder and... Oh, I don't have any juice left. I should have cut the legs off first.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just stick this through the side. I don't know if the side window is open. But see, this is one thing that I thought I'd never see is this truck here in Vegas.
It is. This
You know,
this is Babe right here.
You know, seeing it on YouTube, you know, you kind of always wonder if you're ever going to meet the people. Or see their vehicles.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, man, that day, a couple days after my dad died, and you had that candle out, you know, that meant a lot to you.
I kind of wish I would have been able to save that, because I did that in honor of your father.
Here, you know, and that's what matters. Yeah. You know, so you're my brother.
But see, I also on my last channel before it was sabotaged. But like I said, I can't be mad at him anymore.
Forgiveness, dude, heals you.
Well, for the simple fact, you know, I was stubborn.
Right.
You know, and I wasn't listening to his words because, you know, because it was my channel. And he was just helping me edit the videos, and he was making suggestions that I wasn't comfortable with, but in the long run, he was right. I was wrong.
Seriously? Okay. That's ownership right there.
Like you said, things in life happen for a reason. We don't, at the time that it happens, we do not know what that reason's for until further down. But since that's happened, my views have gone up. Since I've changed my platform, my views have gone up. My subscribers, as of right now, for me being only, I believe, up for a month, are higher than they were for all three channels put together.
Yeah.
You know,
so you're, well, for one, you're getting better at what you're doing as a content creator.
Yeah.
You know, because really we're creating something that someone wants to watch. I mean, I could talk about my life all day long, and you know, it'd get pretty boring pretty quick. But if I'm doing something, if I have a story, if I have a narrative, if I have something that's going along with, and I try to cut out, and I'm not that successful at it, any parts that are really awkward. You know, and I'll spend time doing that, so it's just action and storytelling and me just being me. That stuff matters. Here's one thing though, is I don't think people know that, you know, my intro, the Scrap and Palletman, you know, with the music and the red, that came from you. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that you created that, and that's been a part of my channel since I think 200 videos ago. So that's a staple part.
Well, if you watched my last two, I believe.
I did. You had all that creation stuff, or you did a lot of special effects.
Yes, I actually did a new intro, and it took me a while. It took me a long time just to do one video. It took me 2.5 hours to put all those clips together, and in some areas it's still messed up. You know, I can see the previous, where I cut in the previous film, where I tried to mash them together. And you can still see part of the first as the second one is going off.
Right.
You know, and that's...
Which video editor do you have?
Right now I'm using Filmora.
Okay, Filmora 8 or Filmora 9? You remember?
I don't know.
Okay. Is it the older one? Because the Filmora 8 or Filmora 9's been out for about 3 months.
Okay, I haven't done an update.
Okay. Right.
So this is probably the same one that I've been using.
Yeah, and I have Filmora as well.
Okay.
Mine crashes though. I mean, just my last video, I am 3/4 of the way editing. I do a couple of things, and my entire program just crashes. There's nothing there. It closed. I have to reopen it, and I save pretty frequently. But the save files don't operate properly, so I got to start over again. You know, it's so frustrating.
Well, mine hasn't crashed as of yet, but it's very, very slow converting, because you have to do the file, and then when you do it, you have to save it in MP4 format to my computer.
Yep.
Because when when it's rendering, it has to go there.
Yep.
Because I cannot load from Filmora straight to YouTube.
Yeah, and I don't.
For the simple fact that I'm not on that email address. So it will not upload to my channel because of the email. That's a program that I've had ever since my first channel.
Okay.
You know, so it's probably the older version, but now that you said that there's a newer version out.
It's newer, but it's totally different. So be careful upgrading, because there's more system requirements. You have to have like an i5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigahertz processor, which my computer isn't.
And that might be where your issues are.
Yeah. So but that's for the new Filmora 9. And I'm working on Filmora 8 because but still, mine will still crash.
Yeah, I haven't had any crashing issues. I've had slow, because say a 20-minute video, when I render it from Filmora to my computer, it sometimes takes 3.5 hours just for a 20-minute video.
That's normal. Yeah.
Well, at first, when I was first doing it, it was shorter. But now that my computer, because I've been trying to save all my videos, just in case something happens to the channel. This way I have them, and I can actually just redo
I don't do
it.
that at all. The second I upload a video, I completely delete all of my clips, all of my files, everything.
Now, what you might want to do, since you have an older computer, as from when my father was alive, he used to, every week, he used to defrag his computer. Every week, because as you upload to your computer and take it down, there's still space and still clips of it on your hard drive, which takes up the space.
It does, even though it's been designated as free, there's still something there.
Yeah. There's always something there until you defrag your computer.
Which defragging is the same thing as taking your stuff out of your truck and then packing it properly.
Yeah.
You're packing your hard drive properly.
Yeah, it takes it out and then reinserts it into the proper location.
Yeah, and in tighter, compact spots.
Yeah, which makes more, but you might want to try that.
Okay. All right, brother, I got to run. It's Sunday morning.
And when do you plan on leaving?
I don't know, because my mom's still getting better.
As scrappers, you see these reality TV shows. They're not reality at all because they're all scripted. What we do here is not scripted. We don't sit there and say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
That's great. It's
no,
not scripted.
we turn on the video and,
A couple things that I do is that after I get a whole bunch of clips, and I record basically everything, and then I pare it down to like 25%. So when you see a video, it's actually 25% of my day, not 100%.
Wow.
So is it reality? Not 100%, because I do omit things. I pull things out, especially the dry stuff, or sometimes I'll stub my toe and the wrong word comes out.
Yeah.
So that stuff does get pulled out. So it's not 100% completely real. If that makes any sense?
Well, yeah. I mean, there are some things that you had edited. Like, I don't know if it was my last video or the video before, but I was sitting there talking. Oh, it was my AC Lennox video.
Right.
At the very beginning, I got up, from bending over, and I burped.
Yeah,
I left that in.
It's stuff like that I'll try to actually pull out, especially if I have a really gross one. But also, my stomach makes all kinds of noises, so it's hard to not have that stuff in there. So, I'm gonna get running, brother.
But yeah, like my breathing on my videos, there's nothing I can do about that.
I'm gonna pray a blessing over you right now. Father God, I just want to thank you for this Viper. He is awesome, God. And I'm just going to ask for you to continue blessing him and just send angels to clear the path for him and just let him scrap and let him be happy. God, that's what I'm praying for mostly is the pursuit and attainment of happiness. In the name of your son, amen.
Amen.
All right, man.
Okay.
Love you, bro.
Well,
Awesome, man.
love you too.
Right.
Do me a favor. When you're driving home, be safe.
I will, man. All right.
And text me when you get home.
Okay.
So this way,
Yeah.
I know you're physically home, and I don't have to sit here and worry.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
where is
You got
it?
an awesome God, though. And you know what? Even if he takes me today, it's all good. I'll be with Jesus.
Well.
So, I mean, yeah. I don't want to. I'm not trying to leave early.
Well, the way I look at it is everybody's life is already pre-planned.
Yeah, it is.
You know, because I have had some near-death experiences where I should have died.
Right.
I mean, I've worked like 2 weeks when I worked for AutoZone.
Right.
I worked 2 weeks with no appendix. No appendix. I should have been dead.
No, appendix. You're talking about a different... appendix is not needed.
Actually, it is.
Well-
When it explodes, it releases a lot of poison
Right. So,
into your
you're saying
body.
that your appendix had had burst?
It bursted.
Oh, okay.
I was in solid pain for 2 weeks.
Dude, you're full of toxins and,
Yeah.
and bacteria.
I was rushed to, my mom took me down to the emergency room.
Right.
I wasn't even there for 10 minutes before I was in an ambulance and on my way to St. Rose Dominican Hospital.
Wow.
And 5 minutes after I was there, I was already underneath a knife.
Oh yeah, they need to get that out. Dude, it's like having a turd in your body explode.
I woke up.
I mean, it's horrible.
I woke up in the bed and the doctor's sitting there going, I'm still wondering why you're here.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? He goes, dude, you had no appendix. It bursted.
Okay.
You know,
Wow.
you should be dead.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and it's like, I'm being punished for something.
The opposite. You're being kept here. All right, man. I gotta get running.
Okay.
Good seeing you, man.
Take it easy, drive safely.
Yes, sir.
And I will definitely be calling BB.
All right, man.
to see.
Yeah, good stuff, man. See ya.
Take it easy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as you can see, Scrap and Pallet Man is going to be leaving back to his hometown of Illinois. It was actually very, very nice to see him. It was very nice to see him. But as you all can see, if you go to his, you will actually see who I am. The last time he was here, I felt bad that he didn't videotape for his channel. And, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, but I just felt bad. And this time around, for one video, so you guys would actually know who I am, all you have to do is go over to his channel and check it out. But I know there's going to be quite a few of my subscribers going to check that out. I'm not going to mention any names, per. But yeah, you know, but we'll see what he does with his video. And like I said, most of the video I recorded, you know, for the simple fact that, you know, come on, because you never know when you're going to catch something good. But that was very nice of him to bring me this stuff. Now I will cut it up and put it in its proper home. You never know, it might be made as a Might be made as the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this because this door will not shut. So, but yeah, all this stuff. So, and this should be brass. Let's find out. Is it the fake brass? Or what? Let's see. Yep, that's brass. So that will go into my brass bucket. I have many brass buckets, stainless steel buckets, you know, and all little copper buckets. And anything that I find on this stuff, I'll set into the proper, and I'll wait until it fills all the way up before I take it in. But it is a shame that we couldn't get all this cut, but you know, I'll just have to go over to my other yard and cut these up with the Sawzall. You know, maybe I don't need a battery operated. We'll just see what happens. But of course I got to get this cleaned up or just shoved in, which I gotta throw things forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and I'll get to this. Yeah, well, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I gotta move that. Okay, so y'all have a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world, and as I always say, scrap it, scrap it. Peace. Later, gators.